Hello all, welcome to the SOLIDWORKS tutorials. In this video, I am going to show you how to draw the parts, assembly and animation of C-clamp using SOLIDWORKS. Open SOLIDWORKS, click New, create a new part, select the front plane, click Sketch and draw the profile of the C. I am providing some offset here. Now go to Smart Dimension and mark the dimension. The overall height is given as 245. The height of this region is given as 45 minus 5, so it is 40. Then this line is given as 75. The width is given as 8 plus 46 plus 8. Then the distance between these 2 points is given as 20 plus 35 plus 8. So actually 12 is there. So I am going to create a 4 mm extrude. So I am subtracting the 4 here. And this remaining height is given as 20 mm. The offset distance is the radius, so it is 45 by 2. And this height is given as 125 plus 4 because I have removed 4 mm here. Now the drawing is fully constrained. Go to fillet. So the fillet radius is given as 25 mm. Select the edges. Click OK. Now go to Features, click Extruded Bars. Select mid plane and choose the width as 45 mm. Next, select the surface, click Sketch. Draw a circle of diameter 45 mm. Go to Features, click Extruded Bars. Extrude this to a height of 4 mm. Next, I am going to remove the additional region. Select the surface, click Sketch. Draw a semicircle. Then draw the lines to remove the material. So while drawing this, make sure your line is vertical. Now go to Features, click Extruded Cut and choose Through All. Now we have removed the material. Next, select the surface, click Sketch. Draw a circle of 45 mm. Go to Features, click Extruded Bars. So flip the direction and extrude this to a height of 45 mm. Next, I am going to create the hole. Click the top surface and draw a central hole of diameter 24 mm. Go to Features, click Extruded Cut, choose up to surface and select the surface. Next, let us create the thread. Go to Hole Wizard, click Thread, select the starting edge, then select the end surface. Select Extrude Thread, trim with the start surface and trim with the end surface. So make sure your size of the thread is M24 because the hole size is M24. Click OK. Now I have created the hole. Next I am going to create the extrude cut here. So select the surface, click Sketch. Select offset entities, change the direction, and the gap is 8 mm. Okay. Now go to fillet. So specify the size of the fillet as 12 and select the corners that you want to create the fillet. Okay. Now go to features, click extruded cut. So the groove, the inside part width is given as 18. So the total width is 45 minus 18, and there are two grooves, so I am dividing it by 2. Now we have created the groove. Next I am going to mirror this. So go to mirror, select the front plane as the mirror plane, and features to mirror, select the cut extrude, then click OK. Right click on the material and apply the material as cast iron. Now save this as part number 1. Next click new, create a new part. Select the front plane, click sketch, and draw the right side profile of the screw. Go to smart dimension and mark all the dimensions. The overall height is given as 190. The height of this region is given as 32. Then this height is given as 8 mm. Then the groove depth is given as 5 mm. Now the diameter is given as 32, so the radius is 16, and here the radius is 12 mm, and the diameter of this region is given as 20, so the radius is 10 mm, and this gap radius is given as 3 mm. So this dimension is not clearly mentioned. Next I am going to create a cap here. So I am creating a semicircle, and I am creating a reference line. So click this line and make it as construction line. Now click Control, select the curve and the reference line and make it as tangent. Now go to trim entities and you can trim this. Now go to features, click revolve boss, select the center. Now click OK. Next I am going to create the hole here. So select the front plane, click sketch, and create a hole of diameter 12 mm. Go to feature, click extruded cut, choose through all both. Next go to hole wizard, click thread, select the starting edge of the thread, and up to the selection. Now here I am going to cut the thread. So choose trim with start surface and trim with the end face. Next here I am going to create a M6 thread. Go to hole, thread, select the thread start location and the end face. The size of the thread is M6. 6 is here. Select extrude thread, trim with the start surface and trim with the end surface. Now I have created the M6 thread here. Now right click on the material and apply plain carbon steel. Now save this as part number 2. Next, create another new part. Select the front plane, click sketch. So draw a construction line here. Now draw the right side profile of the third part. Go to smart dimension and mark the dimensions. The overall height is 28. The height of this edge is given as 8 mm, and the height of the internal groove is 7 mm. Now the diameters, this diameter is given as 40, so the radius is 20. Similarly, this radius is given as 22.5. The height of this region is, the height of this face is given as 10 mm, and the diameter of this C-bore is 12. Diameter is 12, so the radius is 6, and here the radius is 3 mm. And the top surface radius is 10 mm. So I'm providing a 2 mm gap here. Go to features, click revolve boss, click OK. Right click on the material and choose plain carbon steel. Save this as part number 3. Next, click new, create a new part. Select the right plane, click sketch. Draw a circle of diameter 12 mm and extrude this for 200 mm. Now select the edge surface, click sketch and draw another circle of diameter 20 mm and extrude this to a thickness of 10 mm. Now select any one of the opposite face and draw a hole here. The hole diameter is 3 mm. Go to features, click extruded cut, choose through all both. Okay. Right click on the material and apply the material as plain carbon steel. Now save this as part number 4. Next, click new, create a new part. Select the right plane, click sketch. Draw 2 circles. The outside diameter is given as 12. The inside diameter is 12 and the outside diameter is 20. So this is the collar. So go to feature, click extruded boss and extrude this to a thickness of 12 mm. So just like the previous one, select any one of the perpendicular surface and draw a hole here. The hole diameter is 3 mm and I'm locating the hole at the center. So 6 mm. Go to feature, click extruded cut, select through all both. Right click on the material and apply the material as plain carbon steel. Now save this as part number 5. The sixth part is a pin. So create a new part. Select the top plane, click sketch, draw a circle. So the pin diameter is given as 3 mm. The diameter is 3 mm. Go to features, extrude this to a height of 20 mm. Okay, right click on the material and choose plain carbon steel. Now save this as part number 6. Now the last part is cap screw. Click new, create a new part. Select the front plane, click sketch. So I'm going to revolve this. I'm creating the right side profile. Go to smart dimension. The overall radius is 6 mm and the thread radius is 3 mm and the cap height is 6 mm and the overall height is 22 mm. Go to features, click revolve boss, select the center line. Next I'm going to create the thread. Go to hole wizard, click thread, select the top edge and the end condition, select this surface. So here trim with the start surface, trim with the end surface. I am going to cut the thread. Next select any one of the perpendicular surface, click sketch and draw a rectangle here. So click control, select the line and the origin and make it as midpoint. Now roughly I am providing a dimension. So the height is 2.5 and the width is 2 mm. Go to features, click extruded cut, select through all both. Okay. Now right click on the material and choose plain carbon steel. So this is our 7th part. Next I am going to assemble it. Click new, create new assembly. So I'm starting from part number 1. Next go to insert component and insert part number 2. So now I'm going to mate this using screw mate. So in the mate you can find mechanical mates. In that select screw mate. So select the outside face of the screw and the inside face of the nut. Distance per revolution I am providing 6 mm. So it depends on the pitch size. Click OK. Next go to insert component and insert part number 3. So go to mate, select the 2 cylindrical surfaces, click concentric mate and use. Now you can move this downwards for easy assembly. Go to mate, select the bottom edge of both the components and click coincident mate. Now go to insert component and insert part number 7. Go to mate, select the 2 cylindrical surfaces and choose concentric mate. Now select the top face then click OK. So to rotate this, I'm going to insert the next part number 4. Go to Mate, select these two cylindrical surfaces, choose Concentric Mate. Now to locate the Tommy bar, so I'm selecting the front plane of the second part, screw, and the right plane of the Tommy bar, and I'm mating with a gap of 100 mm. Next, go to Insert Component and insert part number 5, that is your collar. Go to Mate, select these two surfaces, choose Concentric Mate. Similarly, select the hollow surface and choose Concentric Mate. Now let us insert the final part number 6, the pin. Go to Mate, choose the outer surface of the pin and the hole and choose Concentric Mate, and the top edge of the pin and the inner edge of the collar and choose tangent. So now we have completed the assembly. You can rotate this. So this will go upward, and if you rotate in the opposite direction, this will go down. So you can animate this. Go to Motion Study, select Motor and select the component, and I am providing 100 RPM. The direction I am reversing it. Click OK, and you can use Calculate. This is going in the upward direction. So if you want to reverse it, you can choose the opposite direction and you can animate this. Thank you.